Alright, we are live once again. So, welcome everybody to another video. Second video of the night, right here on the Peter fucking Gilmore channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video and hit that subscribe button down below in my pants, down in the description box below, on this channel and all my other channels as well. Don't forget to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all notifications. Hit that bell, just smack it around like it's your bitch. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn thing. So that's all you gotta do. Like the video, stick that thumb straight up Susan's you know what. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to all my other channels as well, all in the description box below. And follow me on social media, share the video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all notifications so YouTube can send them out to you, hopefully. If not, then keep hitting that bell, or you're gonna have to search my channel. And that's all I gotta say about that. And we move on from there. You can tell I'm not in a good mood tonight. And it's not about the Mets. Just stinking up the joint once again. Losing another pitcher. Taijuan Walker left in the second inning due to back spasms. But thankfully it's not serious, like Cookie Carrasco's injury is. He has a minor oblique injury, so he's going to be out about a month. They're saying 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, which is basically almost a season. Same thing with Luis Guillaume, has a mild groin pull, so he's out 6 weeks to about 4 to 6 weeks. So he probably won't be coming back till maybe the end of the season. I don't think he'll be on the if the Mets make the playoffs, he'll be on the playoff roster. Same thing maybe for Carrasco, though. If he does come off, I would think he'll be in the bullpen. We'll probably slide McGill in. If we make the playoffs, we need an extra starter by then, but we'll see what happens with that. So the Mets lost tonight, 5-0. Another dismal performance by the New York Mets. And even their new guys that they got, Marrero and Perez, nothing much. Perez threw out a guy. He's the catcher now, Michael Perez. He threw out a guy tonight. Whoop-de-goddamn do. Nobody else did anything. You know, tonight, I mean, they had runners, they had 2 ran on, and McNeil strikes out in the 7th inning when it was, I think it was 3-0. Had a good chance to maybe get in this game, but it is what it is. So the Braves are taking the first 2 of this big 4-game series, and now the lead drops to 3.5 games with about 46 to play. So the magic number's still around 42, 43. So, still got a long way to go. Got a few more weeks to go. And anything can happen right now. But there is some good news for the Mets. There is some good news. Tomorrow, Max Scherzer's on the mound. So, hopefully, Max can pitch a gem tomorrow. The bats can fucking wake up. And we can win tomorrow. And hopefully, on Thursday night, the GOAT pitches like he's been doing the last few games, and we get a DeGrom-inating performance from DeGrom and some runs too. But we'll see what happens with that. I'm hoping for a split, but I still think if we lose 3 or 4, might get a little bit dicey. So the lead will be 4.5. Well, if we win tomorrow, it would be 3.5 games going into the weekend series against Philadelphia, and we can really do damage on Philly because the Phillies have people on the IL too, like Schwarber and that bitch Harper. So we can really do damage this weekend, put the Phillies out the pasture and eliminate them, most likely from the playoffs, and maybe the wild card, but we'll see. But it's going to be an interesting weekend for the New York Mets because after after Thursday, Friday, you got Chris Bassett on Friday for Game 1. Then you have a doubleheader on Saturday. Game 1 is probably going to be pitched by David Peterson. And then Game 2, question mark. Because it can't be Taijuan Walker, even though it's, he'd be pitching most likely Sunday. That's a big if, depending on his back. If he can, he'll probably do some stretching and maybe see how he feels tomorrow. I mean, there's no off days coming up until next week. Well, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I think after the Yankee series, I think we get a day off that Wednesday. So the Met pitching core, the big five, kind of takes a big hit. Well, kind of two big hits, a big hit and a minor hit. Cookie going down for a month. I don't know who's going to slide into that fifth starter role, or the Mets, Bucky Boy, use your noodle, maybe go to a 4-man rotation, or just slide Peterson in as an emergency fifth starter, which I think they might do. But still, you're going to need somebody in that second game on Saturday night, because it's a day-night doubleheader. And then Sunday would be Taijuan Walker, but then I don't know if they're going to use an emergency starter like maybe Trevor Williams. And it is what it is. But then, DeGrom and Scherzer will be pitching the Yankee series. So we'll see what happens with that. And I think after that, I don't have my book with me. I don't even know where my book is. Where's my book? My book's somewhere. But I think after the Yankee series, they play the Dodgers coming up, going into September. Ugh, that's going to be tough. The Dodgers are just, destroying the league. They already have 80 wins already. It is what it is. Atlanta's starting to get red hot again. They've won 8 in a row. And, their schedule in September is pretty easy, like the Mets. I mean, they got the Phillies left. They got the Marlins. I think they got the Nationals left. They got a couple other hard teams coming up, I think they got the Dodgers coming up. I know we got the Dodgers coming up at home, going into the end of this month, and I think early September. I think we got Colorado coming up too. We still got to finish off the Braves at the near the end of September. We got to finish off Washington, and I think we got one final series in Miami. So it's gonna be tough. We got Milwaukee. I think we got Milwaukee coming up too. So the Mets, it's getting dicey over the next 6 weeks, and losing one big pitcher in Carrasco, who's just doing pretty good, and then this his oblique injury just really hurts. Guillaume going down, a good defensive third baseman, he's down. Eduardo Escobar can only hit from the right side because his side is hurting. He's lucky he took himself out of the game before he made it even worse, and that could have been a season-ending injury. But now the Mets, they brought up Marrero, they brought up Michael Perez. Now today they brought up Brett Beatty, the third baseman of the future, who's going to be in the lineup tomorrow. I assume he's going to be in tomorrow. How long he's going to be in, I don't know. I think until the end of the season, or until Escobar gets better. So I don't know what's going to happen. If he's going to platoon with somebody at third base. But, I mean, brings a good bat. He's been raking in AAA. So hopefully he'll start raking here, and we just keep him for the rest of the season, and then we worry about what we're going to do come the playoffs. Who's going to be our third baseman? It's going to be Escobar, healthy, and hopefully a healthy Escobar, a healthy Guillaume, a healthy Carrasco. And then, that bullpen is still a little bit shaky. I mean, even Edwin Diaz, wasn't his best this past weekend, but still got the job done. 200 saves. Good job. The sugar. But it is what it is. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with Max Scherzer on the mound. Hopefully the Mets can get a much-needed win tomorrow, because this lead goes down to 1.5. It's going to be really tough the next 6 weeks. And we'll see what happens when we get there. As far as you Yankee fans go, well, you want to freaking shoot yourself, because the Yankees are just having a really, really bad month. Ever since the All-Star break, they are kind of doing a 2021 Mets right now. But not losing the lead yet, because they have a 9-game lead over Tampa Bay right now. But they are just a mess. The Yankees are a mess. It's great. They lost today. Lost the second game of their 4 games, I think 3-game series with the Tampa Bay Rays. So the Yankees lose another series to a divisional opponent, because they lost 2 or 3 to the Red Sox. Now they're losing 2 or 3 to Tampa Bay. Nestor Cortez gave up 3 runs in the first inning, and then the Yankees couldn't even get one stinking run. That's it. And Tampa Bay just knocked them silly. And right now, that once 13, 14 game lead is now almost cut in half. 9-game lead with a lot to play. So if the Yankees don't right their ship, this could be a humongous collapse. They might even make the playoffs at the rate they're going. But I mean, we'll have to see what happens with all that. They still got, Stanton's still on the IL. He's always on the IL. Judgy Wuggy's kind of in a slump. Most of the lineup's in a slump. The pitching's not doing so good. Cortez not doing good. He, gave up 3 runs today. Garrett Cole was, a little bit of a bright spot, but still, he got, he's not doing so good. And the only bright spot is Domingo Germán, who pitched a great game Saturday. Then they had to get bailed out by IFK in that Saturday game, because the Red Sox should have swept that series, but it is what it is, and that's all I got to say about that. But, I mean, we'll see what happens with the Yankees. They got one more game tomorrow at home against Tampa Bay. Then they got a big 4-game series against Toronto. And then they got the Mets after that. And the way they're playing, if they don't right the ship, they don't at least take 3 or 4 from Toronto, this might get very interesting in the AL East. The AL West is done. The Astros are basically won that division. And then the NL West, the Dodgers have won that division. Fuck that. They have like 83, 84 wins already. Actually, I think they got 80 or 81. I could be wrong on that, but I think it's 80 or 81. But they're getting red hot. They're up by 18 games over the Padres. But that wild card is, bouncing back and forth almost every day. And there's 3 wild cards this year. So, one could be the Braves, one could be the Phillies, one could be the Padres, one could be the Cardinals, one could be the Brewers, because the NL Central is, such a tight race. The same thing with the AL Central. Between the Twins and the Cleveland Indians, Guardians. So, playoff baseball is almost around the corner. It's going to be an exciting time. And we'll see what happens with that. Speaking of baseball, going into wrestling, which I'll get to in a minute, with your NXT Heatwave review here on the Peter fucking Gilmore channel. By the way, if you didn't know, my name is Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Leave a comment in the chat. Chat was wide open like Gabby Sky's legs. And all that good shit. But pertaining to baseball, now the playoffs are going to be starting in October. The wild card round will probably be on TBS. So Dynamite is going to be preempted starting October the 19th and possibly the 26th. Now, the 26th is a tentative date because that could be the 7th game of the ALCS if need be. But 19th will most likely be preempted on TBS because of the ALCS. Now, I don't know about the ALDS. I would assume that Dynamite will be preempted most of October. Most of October, with baseball, and then probably going into the end of the year, they might get preempted by hockey. well, I think Rampage will get preempted on certain Fridays, for the NHL season, and then when they get to the playoffs come late April and going into May, maybe a little bit early June, we'll probably see Rampage on Saturday night, or Rampage at like 5, 6, 7 o'clock, going into SmackDown. So that hurts, Tony Khan, he knows what's going to be going on this fall, this winter, and going into next spring and summer. What are you going to do? Remember when Raw was always preempted or came on later with the stupid dog show back in the day during the Attitude Era? We all remember that. We're all ready for Raw at 11 o'clock, but it was taped. They were going to do a live Raw at 11 o'clock. People are going to be leaving at, it was a 2-hour show. Everybody's going to leave at 1 o'clock in the morning? Nah, not. Unless they're in like a West Coast state, then you could do a live show at 11 o'clock. But like East Coast, you can't do that. Or Central, you can't do that. West Coast, you could do that. Or if you're in London, you have tape delay. That's that. So, Dynamite will be preempted come October. I think the first actual preemption will probably be August the 19th. Which is the week after, we're going to get Rampage and Dynamite and Rampage back-to-back. October the 12th, and then Rampage October the 13th, because of baseball, I think there's something on the 14th. I think baseball will start on TNT, or I don't know what's going on August 14th, October 13th. I don't know what's going on there, but I mean, we'll see what happens when we get to October. Already, it's right now, as of this recording, August the 17th, 2022 at 1 a.m. Exactly. So, thank you all for watching here on the Peter Gilmore channel. Once again, my name is Peter Gilmore, your gracious host, the leader of the prophecy, your undefeated, undisputed tribal god of the YWC. There is no other person better than me, not even JD. He thinks he's the goat of the IWC. Yeah, he's a goat. He's a sheep. And he's gloating about his fucking Braves, because they gotta respect the world champs. But it's gonna matter when it comes October. Is it gonna matter if you get destroyed by like the Padres, if they even make the playoffs, or the Braves get destroyed by the Mets? Which I doubt, because I don't think the Braves and the Mets can face off in the NLDS. I don't think that might happen, depending on where the Braves will fit in, what seed they are. Because they'll probably be between 4 and 6. So if they get the number 4 seed, they face off against the number 5 seed, who could be the Phillies, or could be the Padres, it could be the Cardinals or the Brewers, or any other team that's close in that playoff race. And the Mets will face probably one of those 4 teams I mentioned. Hopefully not the Padres, and hopefully not the Braves. Even though we own the Braves this year, but it's gonna be, I would think it's gonna be a division series. Is probably gonna be a division game, or it could be the Cardinals. It could be the Brewers. That could be a good series, because we have DeGrom and Scherzer game 1 and 2. That's a 5-game series, so they would come back in game 4 and 5. I think game 3 they'll probably pitch maybe Bassett, and then we'll have Jacob and Scherzer and DeGrom in game 4, and possibly all hands on deck for game 5. And when they go to the NLCS, depending on who they play, which will most likely be the Dodgers. Hopefully the Mets can sweep that series in 3 and not go 4 or 5. So when game 1 of that NLCS goes around, we don't have to use Chris Bassett in game 1, then Scherzer and DeGrom game 2 and 3, or maybe Walker or McGill or somebody for maybe game 4, depending on what the lead is. If it's 2-1 Mets, then you can work around it. If it was 3-0 Mets, then you can just you can do whatever you want. You keep Scherzer and DeGrom for game 5 and game 6, and then have all hands on deck for game 7. But we'll see what happens with them when we get there. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you had a great day. I had a pretty good, most of the day was good, and then this evening, just, everything started going downhill. I mean, I had a good time on Issa's NXT watch-along, as I always do, because Issa's great. And everything. Had a good time, watched NXT, Heatwave, was a pretty decent show. A lot of good things, a lot of interesting things on the show, and I'll get to that in a minute. But, seeing the Mets lose pissed me off. Had other things going on that pissed me off, certain things that happened with a good friend of mine on here. I don't want to bring his name, I'm not going to bring his name up, but things that happened, and, he's pissed off right now, and rightfully so, and I'm not going to drag his name under the bus, and I'm sorry that, of what happened, because it kind of involves me and another guy, but, I apologize to, to him for everything that happened, and, I know he's pissed, and I just hope that, you know what to do. Regarding all that. Because YouTube is just starting to get really, 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 really dangerous now. It's just getting out of hand now. And I'm starting to do the debate in my head if I just want to stop for a while. If I just want to leave and maybe go to Tumblr or go to Rumble or try to go to Twitch sooner than I wanted to. But I'm still kind of learning how to use Twitch, with my internet connection, the shitty internet connection I have. It's kind of hard trying to even do a video on Twitch. I mean, I might have to use StreamYard to use Twitch instead of the software that I have to use Twitch. But I'm still learning it, so I have to talk to people that know how to do that and all that crap. So eventually, in the future, I may be doing content on Twitch, probably going into 2023. Not right now, probably 2023. I may just start doing different things on Twitch, just like vlogs and shit. Not that I'm gonna delete any of my channels, because I'm not, because I want to keep them open for now. But in the end, by next year, I might move to Twitch. I might, depending on if I can, use StreamYard to do live videos, because, and put it on Twitch. I mean, stream through Twitch, but I can't see the chat through Twitch. I mean, I can see it through StreamYard, but, and, I really don't want to pay extra so I can see the live chat through YouTube. So, it's going to be a little bit tough to go to Twitch, but I'll figure it out. We'll figure everything out when we get all that shit. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so minus that out of the way, hope everything, with, that good friend of mine, hope everything goes well, and a lot of people are starting to make changes to their channel. I'm going to start making changes to my channel, which I already made. I put my live videos on sub-only mode, so I don't get these asshole trolls that come in and ruin my video, or even if they're not even subscribed, they'll ruin it somehow. But I mean, I don't really care now, because anytime I see a freaking troll that leaves a comment in my chat or on my videos, I'm just gonna block the account, and I'm gonna move on, because I have no time for this petty drama anymore. I really have no time for it. And it's getting to the point where it's making me literally sick. It is. It's really, literally getting to my, my system, and, I shouldn't be even thinking about it. I shouldn't be even, doing anything. And like I said last night, I'm done with the drama between certain people that I'm not going to name, because they don't need to be named anymore. So I'm just done. I'm going to focus on my health, because not doing so good. My health's is up and down lately. I've had leg cramps lately. My back has been hurting. As far as my mental health has been okay, but, my anger is just going off the rails. I'm trying my best to stay calm and everything, but I get so much stress with everything going on with my life and my job, and even on this fucking website, and with who's been a real pain in my dick lately, literally and figuratively. But yeah, I have to deal with all that shit. That's why I come on YouTube to escape, or I just listen to some In This Moment. I just, calm myself down with a good stiff drink, and I'm fine after a while. But it is what it is. Pretty soon I'll be going on vacation. Hopefully going on vacation by next weekend. I'm hoping to go away for the end of August, going into Labor Day weekend. So I'm gonna have I'm hopefully having a Labor Day weekend vacation. But I'm not gonna take a long vacation. I would say about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks at most. I mean, we'll see what happens. But I'm just taking a mini vacation. I'm not going to where you think I'm going, but let's just say it's a few hours away, and I'm gonna enjoy that. I will not be doing live videos. I might do live videos, but just to talk a little bit, just to shoot the shit. If I'm bored, if I have internet access, I probably have to use my 4G because I probably won't have Wi-Fi access where I am. So it's gonna be a little bit tough to do some upload streams and stuff like that. But if I can use my 4G data, hopefully I got unlimited data, so I can just do like 6,000 videos I wanted to. But I think most of the time I'm just gonna be off the radar. I mean, I will be watching people YouTube channels. I probably will not be on Issa's chat for about a week or so, and I'll let them know after next week. After next Wednesday's Dynamite, I will let them know that's I will be taking a week off because I'm going on vacation. So she'll miss me, she'll dream of me and then miss me at the same time. But when I come back, she'll welcome me with open legs. I mean arms. Sorry. And everybody else in that chat and everybody else. So that's all I gotta say about that. So, but it is what it is, and that's pretty much it, and that's it. Alright, on this beautiful, nice and cool, but still hot in this fucking house. It's 70 degrees right now at 1:11 in the morning. Hey, it's 1:11. Go make a wish. I made my wish. Did you? I hope you did. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, so at 1:11 a.m. on this late Tuesday night, and you know what that means, right here on the Peter fucking Gilmore channel. Thank you all for watching, or if you're watching from somewhere else, it's now August the 17th, 2022, wherever you may be. If you're in that shithole in England, or you're in Italy, great old Italy, Viva Italia, or you're in the Ukraine, Slava Ukraine, and anywhere else, wherever you might be, thank you all for watching. Check out my Raw review in the description box below. I did that earlier today because I meant to do it yesterday, but I didn't do that mega rant. That's doing pretty damn good. Almost 150 hits in about a day or so right now. That's still climbing up. My part 2 to the sub-bonding rant still going up a little bit more. A little over 2,300 hits right now. The sub count is kind of at normal right now. It's kind of like a little bit flatlining right now at 430. My Killer Demons went up a little bit to 1220, so that's great. And I even got a sub on my Shadow Slayer channel. Went up to 281. So, getting subs here and there. Some are bots, some are, mindless zombies who just, that have 6,000 fake accounts just to troll me and sub to me. But, like I said, thank you for the free view, assholes. But if you're new, and you're a real subscriber, you have actual content on your channel, then welcome to the party, pal! And I hope you enjoyed the ride, but just make sure you hit that bell, and hit all notifications, so if you want to watch me every goddamn time I do a video, you don't miss it. And if you do, well, that's just too bad for you. You're gonna have to search my channel, or somebody, you just tell a friend, ask a friend. They'll hopefully help you, but we'll see, it is what it is. So all the newbies, thank you for watching. Leave a comment, stick that thumb straight up Susan's ass. And that's it. Alright, let's get into it. So it is time for your late night NXT Heatwave review for August the 16th, 2022 from Nickelodeon Studios at the Capitol Wrestling Center in that beautiful sunny city known as Orlando, Florida. Alright, so let's get into it. So NXT Heatwave tonight kind of felt like not really like a pay-per-view, like a takeover or something like that. But we had some good matches on the show. We had the North American title being defended by my good friend Carmelo Hayes, and when Melo shoots, he don't miss. He was taking on my good buddy Giovanni Vinci, or Fabian Aichner. Pretty good match. We also had for the NXT Women's Championship, we had the beautiful, lovely, I want to fuck her in the ass, Mandy Rose, defending her title against the #1 contender Zoe Stark. And in the main event for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship, we had Braun Breaker taking on the man from Ireland, J.D. McDonough, or Jordan Devlin. And that's that. And we also had some very interesting surprises tonight that I'll get to right now. So let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. And as always, our commentary team for tonight, the man with the creepy sweaters and jackets, Vic Joseph, and his color commentator, the man himself, Bad News Weed Barrett. But I'm afraid I got some bad news for you, bitches. But it is what it is. So, Vic Joseph and Bad News Wade Barrett on commentary, as always. And let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. Alright, so we start off Heatwave 2022. No reference to ECW. Heatwave 98, which was a great pay-per-view, by the way. So it starts off with our good friend, my name is Paul Heyman, narrating a voiceover, hyping the big matches of the night. Kind of felt like an ECW style, things like Tommy Dreamer versus a Sandman in a barbed wire match at Born to be Wired at the ECW Arena. Something like that. So that was great. I loved it. Still got it, Paul. You still got it. Even though you're a 50-year-old fat man from New York. But you still got it, Paul. You still got it. Now, if you would bring back, the hat with the fake ponytail, that'd be even better. But, big ups to Paul. Big ups to Paul E. Dangerously, Paul Heyman. We all know and love. Big fat Jew man himself. And that's not an insult to Jewish people, because I have a lot of Jewish friends. And that's pretty much it. Jewish holidays coming up pretty soon, so happy Yom Kippur and happy Rosh Hashanah coming up to you Jewish people at home. And happy New Year coming up too. And pretty soon it'll be Hanukkah, like near the end of this year. I think it's right around Christmas, actually. I have to look that up. I think it's the 26th this year, actually. I have to look that up. But well, in any event, big ups to my Jewish people. I love you all. And that's that. And like I said, the chat room is wide open like Rebby Sky's legs. So if you want to talk about NXT Heatwave tonight, or anything about Raw, or want to talk about Dynamite tomorrow with a possibility of our good friend Kenny by God Omega coming to the show tomorrow, or anything else, then come on in the chat. What is fine? And we got the finest wine. We got grapes. At the Palace of Wisdom and the Palace of Gilmore. Not even a palace. This is a mansion. So the mansion of the prophecy. So come on in. Get a nice stiff drink like I do. And have a blast. But there's a lot of lovely ladies here, guys. So a lot of single ladies here. So know when to say when. And if you do get with one of those sexy ladies, wrap up that burrito. Cheers. It is what it is. Got the finest wine, the finest food, and the finest drinks. All for free. So, courtesy of the greatest group of people in the world, the Prophecy. And partly from my good friend Prince Idol. But it is what it is. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, so we start off with, besides, after the Paul Heyman thing, we started with our first match on the night for the North American title. We got Carmelo Hayes with his good buddy Trick Williams. Next to him. He takes on Giovanni Vinci, or Fabian Aichner. So Giovanni comes out doing his, poses, like, stuff like that. And then Carmelo Hayes comes out with new gear. He had old gear, threw it in a garbage can, and then set it on fire. I was like, wait, is Dexter coming tonight too? Like he came last night on Raw? Remember with that smoking freaking crash can? And then Adam Pearce like, what the fuck's going on? And then Dexter tried to get at, I think he was trying to get at AJ Styles. And then he kind of bum-rushed Corey Graves, which was nice. Too bad you didn't fuck him up really bad, so get him off commentary, and then, Hunter would have called me. Or Joe Cronin, that is. It is what it is. So we get that. Alright, so Trick Williams at ringside. Pretty good match. Pretty good match to start. Starts off with an arm drag, taking Vinci down, and a big-time chop. Woo! Rocks him in the corner. Get back up. Vinci hits some rather loud chops, not like Walter's chops. Because you can hit... When Walter hits you with a chop, it feels like a gun went off. So he hits some big-time chops. Then he hits stereo clotheslines to knock both each other down. As we go to break, we come back. Vinci pulls Hayes out of the air, hits a slam, which sets up a middle rope boom salt for a near fall. But Hayes gets right back up, hits the fade away. He fades away and classifies himself as obsolete. Obsolete. No. So he hits the fade away for to get control. Then he suplexes into a Gilmore cutter. Bang! You've been watching Chris Steeler tapes, not Chris Steeler, sorry, Joe Acasio tapes, haven't you, Carmelo? Right, Christian Casanova? You know all about that. So he gets a near fall out of that. By the way, that's his real name. Christian Casanova is Carmelo Hayes. For those of you who don't know, Christian Casanova, go watch some House of Glory tapes or ask JD who he is. Because that's the bitch of House of Glory. But I digress. Or as I call it, House of Boring. Well, at least it has the Briscoes there, so that's the only thing I care about. And the SAT. That's the Maximo brothers. Good friends of mine. Anyway, so after Carmelo hits the suplex into a Gilmore cutter for a near fall, Vinci backdrops Carmelo to the floor, hits one hell of a springboard dive, then followed by a double jump moonsault for a near fall as we go back inside. As Trick Williams puts Carmelo's foot on the ropes. The referee did not see it. Then, Vinci hits one hell of a, kind of like a clothesline from hell. That connects on Mello, turning him inside out. Then he has to powerbomb Hayes onto Trick Williams, who was trying to interfere. And the distraction let Giovanni powerbomb Trick Williams, but Carmelo Hayes reverses the powerbomb attempt into a Hurricane Rana, and he gets the pin 1, 2, 3 in almost 12 minutes to retain the North American title. So he shot and he did not miss. So he stays as your reigning, defending North American champion. And that's all I gotta say about that. And we'll move on from there. Yeah. So it was a pretty damn good match. I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then we get a video from earlier in the day. We see a car pulling up into the parking lot. And the ever popular parking lot. No, the fight did not happen. But out comes the lovely ladies of Toxic Attraction. Mandy Rose, the NXT Women's Champion, flanked by, 2 more hot pieces of ace. Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. They get out looking fucking amazingly hot with their tatas popping out, giving me a stiffy. You know what to do, ladies. call me or slide in my DMs. Anyway, so they arrive to the building. Then they run into Braun Breaker on the outside for some odd reason. And Braun likes what he looks. Braun likes what he likes. He likes those ladies, man. No wonder he's with Cora Jade. Braun Breaker looks like he's 30 years old, and Cora Jade's like, what, 21? 21 years old? Hey, if Cora likes those stewards, Braun Breaker, likes Braun Breaker, she wants to, fuck him, go ahead. More power to you, dude. Braun's teaching Cora Steiner mathematics in bed. My 33% of my dick is gonna go in 33% of your pussy, and then we're gonna have the 33% of my cum going into your mouth, which gives me a 125% chance of you not getting pregnant. Stuff like that. But it is what it is. It's funny. But anyway, so yeah, that was kind of interesting. See Toxic Attraction run up to Braun Breaker, and Braun's like, 3 hot pieces of ace. Would you like a 4-way there, Braun? Or do you need an extra partner? I think Cora Jade might be a little bit upset at that, unless she wants to join in. Then you have a 5-way. I don't know how that's gonna work. Who do you fuck first? And who do you finish with? That was me. I would just start off with all 4 ladies. If I had the 4-way with Mandy and Casey and Gigi, I probably would just start off with all 3 ladies stuck in my gigantic schlong. Then I start banging. I'd probably start banging, Gigi, while Mandy and Casey are fingering each other or whatever. Start doing Gigi from behind, and then I'll stop for a while. Then I'll start, I'll start doing Casey for a little bit, and then while Mandy and Gigi are just looking on or doing whatever, then I'll probably just finish off with just banging the living crap out of Mandy while she's probably doing something to both of those ladies. Probably have a human centipede. You have like maybe Gigi like spread eagle, and then JC down on her, while Mandy's going to town on her ass, and then while I'm going to town on Mandy's ass, and all 3 of us finish coming. A man can dream. That's all I gotta say about that. And we move on. All right, so I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. All right, then we go to a segment with Diamond Mine. And we see Julius Creed, one half of the tag team champions, along with his brother Brutus. They had Damon Kemp there. And Roddy, I believe, was there too. So Julius watched the Diamond Mine's 8-man tag team match with Tony D's family. And I think Legato. I forget who was in that match. Anyway, and he saw something that caught his eye. So, we're going to find out what that was in just a second. But before that, and I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get a video package about Von Wagner beating the crap out of Solo Sikoa in that Falls Count Anywhere match a couple weeks ago, which put Solo Sikoa on the shelf with a foot or a knee injury, so he's out for a while. So we get a video about that, and Robbie E, or Robert Stone, starts bragging about his client, Von Wagner, who promises to end anyone smaller or weaker. I'm gonna kick some ass on the little boys. And that's pretty much it. So, that was a pretty decent segment. I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the ring. Diamond Mine comes out in full force, minus Ivy Nile. I wonder where she was. Not my bedroom, by the way, but it is what it is. So anyway, Diamond Mine come out for a chat. Julius Creed talks about how much they have done to get this far and become the tag team champions. Took them long enough, but, they finally got there. After beating Pretty Deadly for the tag belts. So anyway, there is someone trying to take Diamond Mine down from within, and that person is... Who'd you think it was? If you say Damon Kemp, I'm gonna smack you. No, it was not Damon Kemp. It was Roddy. So Roddy's like, no, you got this all wrong. You got me all wrong. I didn't mean. I was trying to help you. And blah blah blah. And then Roddy's like, it's like, I would put you guys like up against the Usos, and I think you would win. And then Julius like, the Usos can come to NXT and bring it. I'm like, oh, is that a challenge? Is that a challenge, Mr. Julius Creed? Do you want to face the Usos, we the ones, and get your butts kicked? Because nobody beats the Usos when it comes, when it's a big, high-profile match. The Usos could go to NXT and take those NXT tag team titles. They have 6 titles. They have all the tag gold for the men. They'll be the greatest tag team in the history of professional wrestling, next to the Bucks, of course. Remember when the Bucks held like almost every freaking title? They held the PWG title, they held the Ring of Honor title, then they held the IWGP title, kind of like what FTR is doing, triple champions. You never know, the Usos can go to NXT and just say, hey, we're the ones, we're gonna take the NXT titles and share them with Roman. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. And then Brutus asks if Julius is sure, and then starts standing behind him. I'm like, you sure I'm not facing the Usos? I don't want to face the Usos. Anyway, then we see the clip that Julius was talking about, where we see Rowdy and Tony D down in adjacent corners. Tony D's over here, Roddy's over here, and Tony puts his hand down. Has his hands, and he starts doing that. And he starts doing that, and what are you doing, wrestling hat? He starts doing this on the canvas, and then Roddy kind of nods, and then he accidentally hits Julius, and then Julius oh, see what you did? Tony tapped the mat, which was a signal to Roddy. And then Roddy's like, no, you got it all wrong. He's denying. He's on denial. He's on the river. He's on the Nile River. He's on denial. So he's denying. They continue to argue. And then out of nowhere, 3 guys jump all of them. Excuse me. They jump all of them. 3-on-4 beatdown. And I'm like, who the hell are these guys? I didn't recognize them for a second. And then Wade Barrett's like, oh my God, it's Gallus from NXT UK, former tag team champions, by the way. So Gallus comes out, beats the fuck out of the entire Diamond Mine. Wait. I'm trying to look at my notes because I think I wrote it wrong. Yeah. Roddy denies them. Gallus jumps the rest of Diamond Mine, so they didn't beat up Roddy at first, but they look at Roddy, and then Roddy kind of joins in. So Roddy kind of got kicked out of Diamond Mine, per se, which you knew was coming, because Roddy's probably going to be out of NXT pretty soon, unless Hunter signs him again, but, we'll see. So they beat him down, and then they leave Diamond Mine laying, the tag team champions, the Creed Brothers, and Damon Kemp laying on the floor, on the mat, I should say. Then green lights come down, as Gallus starts posing. And that green light, if you didn't know, was what Apollo saw in his vision last week. I don't even think they even mentioned that. I might have missed it. I even missed what Apollo's saying. I was like, oh, I saw a green light. So, move your car. No. Anyway. So, it looks like we're going to see a 6-man tag team match with Gallus going against Diamond Mine. But now Diamond Mine's down their so-called leader, Roddy, because Roddy turned on them and joined up with Gallus. So, we'll have to see what happens next week on the program. Now, where's Ivy Nile saying in this? I don't know. Unless they're going to get a new member of Diamond Mine to, go against the 4 of Gallus. But, we'll have to see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave all that 3.25 out of 5 stars. And we move on. Alright, then we go to the back with the lovely Mackenzie Mitchell and her guest, the cutie patootie herself, Roxy, who takes on Corey Jade in our next match. But before that, we hear from her, and she's ready to take out her former best friend, Corey Jade, for good. And we'll see what happens with that. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to Roxy and Corey Jade. Meh match. It's also Roxy starting Fast and Furious. No pun intended with that movie. The ninth one stunk, and the 10th one's gonna suck too. So we get that. So Roxy starts fast, beating the crap out of Corey Jade. Corey Jade gets knocked to the outside for a suicide dive by the young girl. Then a second attempt gets knocked away. Corey Jade then hits a suplex on the floor as we're gonna break. Ow. We come back. Roxy fights out of a double arm crank and hits some nice running forearms to get out of trouble. Then he hits stereo running boots in the corner. How do you do that? Well, I guess Corey J was coming in, and then Roxy picked up a foot, and then she hit her. Boom. Whatever. Which sets up a good old-fashioned 1921 Russian leg sweep for a near fall on Corey Jade. Then a shot to face drops Roxy, and then Corey Jade goes for the stick, not the magic stick. He grabs the stick and tries to swing and missed like the New York Yankees. Then it got taken away by Corey Jade, and she takes too long thinking about beating her down with the stick, and she drops the stick as the referee's like, "Don't use the stick, you'll get disqualified." So Roxy's like, "Ah, fuck!" She drops the stick, and then Corey Jade comes up, hits a DDT onto the kendo stick. Ow! 1, 2, 3, Corey Jade picks up the win over Roxy in just under 12 minutes. Match itself was so I gave it an 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. And we move on from there. Alright, then we go to the back once again with Mackenzie Mitchell. This time she has the NXT United Kingdom Tag Team Champions, Briggs and Jensen, with the beautiful, not related to Dawn Henley. Her name is Fallon Henley. They're in the back, they're talking about something. I don't know what the hell they were talking about. And then we see Gallus come in from the side, and then they argue about things, and then the big fight happens between really 3 members of Gallus going after Briggs and Jensen, and then security tries to stop them. Blah, blah, blah. I think Fallon was talking about Lash Legend, and nobody cares about that. So, look at that. So, it looks like Gallus is trying to go after everybody in the tag team division right now. They took out the Creed brothers and Damon Kemp. Now they got Roddy there to join them. And now they're going after the NXT UK champions. And, like I said, Gallus used to be tag team champions in their own right. So let's see what happens. So it looks like we got an NXT UK invasion tonight on NXT Heatwave. A lot of people in East's chat on Twitter were saying, "Oh, it looks like NXT UK is folding," because everybody's starting to come in. We saw 3. I think 3 big debuts tonight for NXT UK. There you go. So we'll see what happens with Gallus as we get into next week. So I gave all that 3 out of 5 stars. Then we get a humongous, long-as-fuck recap of the final accord between... Get in here, my cousin. Hey, Paisan. How you doing, Paisan? Tony D'Angelo gets you a chicken palm sandwich for $2. And Santos Escobar, with their final accord, which sets up one final fight with Santos Escobar fighting to free Legado del Fantasma from Tony D's, grasp and everything. If he wins, Legado is free from Tony, but if Tony wins, Santos is bye-bye and most likely going to the main roster. So we're going to get that in a little bit. So we'll get that. Alright, then after that we go to the back where we see Mandy Rose getting warming up with JC and Gigi looking on. So she's getting warmed up, getting ready for her dick session with me. Her match with Zoe Stark. Then we see Braun Breaker getting ready for his match with Jordan JD McDonough. We see him taking an ice bath. That guy has no pain. Oof, I couldn't even take that. I'm like, I'm out of here. I can't feel my legs. So anyway, we see Braun warming up, and then Apollo Crews comes in. Look like a friendly exchange. Like, oh, we don't wish you luck. They didn't say anything, but they're just like, oh yeah. And then while Braun's like warming up, Apollo looks at the NXT title. Then he looks back at Braun. Braun notices he looking at the title, and he's like. So I was thinking that if Braun would have retained, we would see Braun Breaker versus Apollo Crews for the NXT World Title. But I'll get to that in a second. And we move on from there. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the street fight, the final fight, if you want to call it, between Santos Escobar and Tony D'Angelo. If Escobar wins, the rest of Legado is free. But if Tony wins, Santos is gone for good from NXT. So we see Legado walk in from the street, with the, Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza. And then, Santos comes in, he's wearing his jacket, and he has the El Fantasmo mask on, which is nice. And then the beautiful Elektra Lopez in a nice green getup. Nice hot piece of Puerto Rican ice. Ooh, I want to bang her too. So they meet, and then Santos puts on his hood, and they're heading towards the ring for a big ovation from the crowd. And then Tony D comes out with Donovan. Stacks comes out with Stacks. And then right before the bell, Escobar hits Tony with a chair, knocks him down. Then he scores with a Hurricanrana through the chair. Ow. As the bell does officially ring for a near fall. The chair is then wedged into the corner. Santos knocks him down again. And then Stacks takes out the rest of Legado, who was on the floor. Or at ringside. He takes him out on the floor. Then a suicide dive is cut off with a trash can lid to Escobar's dome. As we go to break, we come back. Tony crushes Escobar's arm with the steps. Ow! And then suplexes him on a pile of chairs on the floor. Ow! Then he hits a Falcon Arrow and then a trash can lid shot to the head. Gets a near fall on Santos, but he comes right back with a head scissors takedown. And then Legado del Fantasma, Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza drop Stacks on the floor. Ow. Escobar then grabs a roll-up on Tony with a distraction for a near fall. He tells Elektra, his bitch, to hand him the crowbar, but Tony runs her over by accident. Oops. And then Santos is pissed, and Tony's like, he does a good old Pete Dunne, or Butch. By the way, no more Butch pretty soon. Pete Dunne said he would love to go back to being Pete Dunne again, which is his real name. So, no more Butch pretty soon, thank the Lord for that. But, it'll suck for, Easter's not saying Butch. But it is what it is. So anyway, Elektra gets knocked down, and Santos is pissed. They get back in, and they knock each other down. Then they start looking for things. So Santos grabs, I thought he grabbed brass knucks, but he grabbed Tony's whistle. And then Tony grabs the crowbar at the same freaking time. Then they get up and knock each other silly. And Tony somehow landed on and Santos, who was knocked out. And Tony was on top of him. 1, 2, 3. Adios, Santos Escobar. He is now done and gone from NXT, as Elektra Lopez and the rest of Legado are not too happy. And I'm not too happy either. But I'm actually not too happy that he's leaving NXT, but I'm happy he's going to the main roster. Probably going on SmackDown. I would put him on SmackDown. I would not put him on Raw. But we'll see what happens with that. So Tony D wins the final fight between him and Santos. Now he has full control over the rest of Legato. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I guess we're going to find out next week. So it was a pretty good match. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's it. So we'll probably see Santos on SmackDown probably as early as this Friday night. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on from there. Alright, then we go to a segment in the back where we see Indy Hartwell congratulating the new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, Katie Carter and Casey Catanzaro, on their win. But, you know, she's like, I miss the old days when I was banging Dexter, you know. Still worrying about Dexter. Then some stagehand comes up and gives Indy a letter, and on the back it says, Index Forever, or, you know, just remember Index, something like that. And it's from Dexter, and he's all happy. He's like, I got a letter from Dexter. He still loves me. He still wants to fuck me in the ass. Yes. So she's all happy. And then Blair Davenport from NXT UK, if you don't know who she is, that's Bea Priestley, who is Will Ospreay's bitch. And boy, she looked good. Anyway, she comes up and she grabs the letter and it's like, fuck you, Indy Hartwell, rips it up and says that she's going to be a future NXT Women's Champion. Big intentions for Blair Davenport from NXT UK. And we'll have to see what happens with that. So she makes her debut. You know, Gallus made their debut, and then Roddy joined them. Now Blair Davenport from NXT UK makes her debut, and her intentions are solid. She wants the NXT Women's Championship. There you go. So I gave all that 3 out of 5 stars. Then we get a video on the ever-growing and still going on Wendy Choo Choo and Tiffany Stratton. Daddy! Why is this girl still fighting me? I hate her. No. Princess, no. Don't worry, Princess. You'll get her. But I hate her, Daddy. Can I have your credit card? Oh, yes, Princess. You have fun now. Thank you, Daddy. Anyway, so we got Wendy Choo Choo and Tiffany Stratton, their whole feud that's going on. And then next week, we got a lights out match between them, which is, I guess, a hardcore match. Street fight, whatever you want to call it. I hope this is the end of this fucking feud, because it's boring as fuck. And I think Tiffany can do a lot better than this fucking feud with Wendy Choo Choo. Why don't you just put Tiffany Stratton in that NXT Women's title picture? They might. I mean, we'll have to see what happens next week in this lights out match. Is it going to be hardcore like Kenny and Moxley? No. Not even close. But we'll see what happens next week. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the women's title match between Zoe Stark and Mandy Rose. Mandy looking like $1,000,000. So then we have the rest of Toxic Attraction there, Gigi and JC Jane at ringside. And Mandy's defending against Zoe. So it's also with Mandy getting knocked to the outside, but Mandy sent Zoe's bad knee into the announcer's table. Ow. And she put her on top of it, and then she like kind of rolled her right into Vic Joseph. Hit him harder, so I can take his job too. Because Hunter, you need to call me, and Tony Khan, you need to call me, and Joe Cronin. Because we do legendary commentary. You don't believe me? Go watch my video. About a video ago, like the last video I did. Joe Ocasio versus Ortiz. Me and Nick Infante on the commentary. Motherfuckers, we do it better than you can. Good stuff, man. Anyway, so that happens, and we go to break, we come back, Toxic Attraction gets caught tripping Zoe, then the referee's like, I saw that, ladies! You're out of here! So he ejects the ladies, and then the beautiful Nikita Lyons, you know, those damn thighs of doom. So Nikita Lyons comes out, and basically takes them and runs them off to the back. I was hoping that Mandy would lose, and they go to the all Toxic Attraction goes to the main roster, and then they attack Nikita and Zoe on SmackDown this Friday, maybe costing them the chance to move on to the semis in that women's tag team tournament. But did not happen. So anyway, so Nikita comes out, takes Casey Jane and Gigi. They run off to the back as Mandy grabs a half crab, which is broken up, and Zoe starts going at, striking away at Mandy, that beautiful face of hers, including a clothesline. Then she hits an enziguri for a near fall. Then the flipping knee to face connects, but Zoe can't follow it up because of the damage to the knee already. So she tries to go for the cover. Mandy smartly rolls to the floor, then ties the bad knee, the knee brace, up in the ropes, and then the referee had to just get out. Referee untied it and everything. So we go back in. Zoe grabs a fruit roll up for a near fall, but then Mandy hits her running knee strike, and it looked like she was about to retain, and somehow Zoe kicked out, and Mandy's like, no! So with nothing else working, Mandy uses her noodle and takes off Zoe Stark's knee brace and then puts it on her knee. And then she hits a running knee shot to face. 1, 2, 3 to retain her NXT Women's Championship, and she has held it for 291 days. So next week she will tie Io's streak at 304 days. Or I think it was, I forget, it's 298, 303, I forgot what. I think it's 297. Actually, it's 297. My bad. 297. She will tie at 304. And the next step, I don't even know who's next. Well, Io, I think, is number 3 or number 4. And we all know Asuka's number 1. I think number 2 is, I think, either Rhea Ripley or Raquel Rodriguez. Or I think it's Sasha. I think it might be Sasha or Bailey. Not Sasha Bailey. I think it's Sasha or Charlotte, I think. I forgot who's number 2, but we all know Asuka's number 1 at 500 and I think 13. There's no way Mandy's getting that. There's no way. I just don't know who's going to beat Mandy at this point. But I'm thinking it might be Bea Priestley, but I mean, who else could it be right now? It's going to be Indy Hartwell? Yeah. Could be Roxy? Nah. They didn't pull the trigger with that. Gonna be Cora Jade? No, she's a heel. Gonna get a rematch with Zoe? Maybe. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. Who beats Mandy for that title? And I'm still thinking it might be Bea Priestley or somebody, or Nikita. I think it's gonna be between Bea Priestley and Nikita Leon, so I'm gonna go with Nikita at the start. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so, so Mandy takes the brace and hits Zoe in the face. The referee says, well, I'll allow it. And that's all I gotta say about that. So, under 12-minute match. Match is okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So Mandy Rose retains her title, and she continues on as NXT Women's Champion going into, well, as of this video, 298th day as champion. So she's almost getting close to a year as champion. We'll see what happens with that. Let me move on. Alright, then we get a weird debut, another debut, just the third debut, of a man named Quincy Elliott, the Super Diva. And he's coming in where he doesn't mind being different. Okay. Who are you? Ah! Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Is Quincy, are you Missy Elliott's long-lost brother we don't know about? I don't know. I don't even know who this guy is. Is that the guy that used to be on the Big O in NXT? That, what was his name? Oh, not, I forgot his name. I think it was like the Big O or something like that. I thought it was him. I don't think it's him. Somebody said it was one of those NIL guys. Like I said, who are you? But he's calling himself the Super Diva. Not the Demon Diva, that's Issa. But he is the Super Diva. And I guess we're going to have to see what happens with him. A lot of people are saying he's Mabel 2.0, but less fat. But, So we'll see what happens with that. So that's the third debut tonight on Heatwave. But we got more. We got one more coming up. And I'll tell you that in just a second. But after that little weird promo that I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars, we go to Mackenzie Mitchell in the back with her guest. I did it. Grayson Waller. I did it. For Bob Saget. I did it. big ups to Eric Lima and everything. And the Rant and Rave podcast with Brian and Martin, good old Jordan, and Eric Lima and Michael Bombardier and Ibarra on the Rant and Rave podcast. Not tomorrow night, Thursday night at 8 p.m. on the Brandon Martin channel. Go watch it and tell him Peter Gilmore sent you. It's a great show. Good show. It's very good show. But it is what it is. So Grayson Waller's there, and he doesn't like Apollo Crews, but he invites him on the debut of his talk show next week. I wonder what that's going to be called. Should be called Oh, He Did It. There you go. Ideas for you there, Mr. Shawn Michaels. Or Bruce. I don't want to give Bruce ideas. He'll probably fuck it up like everything else he almost fucked up. And now Hunter's trying to fix everything. Doing a pretty decent job there, Hunter, but like Raw last night, not so good. Even though it did a 1.98 in the ratings. And then Rampage did 530, I think it was 531 or 535, somewhere around there. 1,000 views for Rampage, which was taped last week. That is not bad. That is pretty damn good. Almost 100,000 more views than last week. That's pretty good. When the week before was a live show, which did 420-something thousand views. This past Friday did 500 and almost 535,000 views. It's not bad. Still under a million, but still, you know, a big increase in the demo and in the ratings, which is great for Rampage. And we'll see what happens this Friday night on Rampage from Charleston, West Virginia. Gonna have some good stuff coming your way. The Trios tournament and all that good stuff. And that's that. Alright, so after that, which Grayson Waller segment, so I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Then we go to your main event of the evening for the NXT World Title. Braun Breaker. Taking on Jordan Devlin, or as we now know him as JD McDonough. The creepy guy that loves pain. Braun comes out with a sledgehammer, and then he has like a box, or like a wooden box, and has JD on the, like spray painted on, and he goes like, ah! And he missed, he completely freaking missed, the center of it. I mean, come on, that was me, and there was a thing, it was JD, JD. Shut up, you. And, that was me. I just threw it right through the center of JD's freaking letters. Fuck that guy. What are you complaining about? Where are you? What? Where are you, Zuzu? Hey, my friend, where are you? Zuzu! She wants her treats. I gave her food a little while ago. Now she wants more food because it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So, I'm going to give her some treats, and then I'm going to edit. After I finish this, I'm going to give her some treats, and then I'm going to edit, and then I'm going to bed because I got to work. I got to get up early tomorrow because I have a short day of work tomorrow. A rare short day tomorrow, and then I got a long day Thursday and long day Friday. Then I got to get ready for Outlaw on Saturday night. Get ready for the weekend. Because Saturday's going to be a very long day and a long night. So I'll be in a parking lot watching Outlaw Wrestling. Zuzu! Zuzu, come here. Hold on, guys. Zuzu, the wrestling cat's pissing me off. So I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. The wrestling cat wants her treats, so I'm going to give it to her in a minute. Not those type of treats, you dumb freaking weirdos. Peter diddles this cat. Think that's gonna... you really think that would hold up in court? I'm not an animal abuser. I love animals, and I love pussy too. I get a lot of that. That's the only thing I do abuse is pussy. My girlfriend's pussy. But it is what it is. So anyway, we go to your main event. JD McDonough and Braun Breaker. Like I said, sledgehammer. by Braun as he comes out, breaks a table that says JD on it. I guess he doesn't like JD from New York. Well, who doesn't? But anyway, we move on. It starts out with McDonough spinning out of a wrist lock, a basic 1905 wrist lock to start. Forearms Braun in the face. But Braun starts gets gator rolled into a delayed vertical suplex. He goes for the spear and missed, and then JD gets in a shot of his own as we go to break. We come back. JD hits a neck breaker over the turnbuckle. Ow! To send Braun crashing to the floor. But Braun fights up to his feet, misses another spear, and goes shoulder first into the ring post. Ow! And then JD with kind of a modified crossface. Circuit Chris Benoit. But Breaker is right next to the ropes to break the hold. And he's kind of favoring his arm, but it's fine enough to hit a Frankensteiner, made famous by his Uncle Scott Steiner. Big Papa Dump. So here's the Frankensteiner for a near fall. But JD comes right back with a Spanish fly. Oh boy, Joe Maximo, you're gonna be a madman. Joe Maximo's not a happy camper right now. No, you can't use my move. So anyway, comes over to the Spanish fly. Then he hits a Bleen Buster for a near fall as JD gets really pissed off, so I get frustrated, like, what am I gonna do to beat this fuck? So he's trying to finish Braun off, but Braun comes right back with a spear, tries to go for the cover, but JD rolls to the outside. Then he hits another spear on the inside, and Braun takes down the straps, and look to hit that that military press into a power slam move, his finisher, and JD pops up like he's freaking Bray Wyatt. Pops up, he goes, and his mouth is all busted wide open, maybe some internal injuries. I don't know, but he was bleeding in his mouth, maybe a broken tooth. I don't know. He's smiling. He's like, finish me off. Come on, do it. And then like Wade Barrett and Vic Joseph are like, this guy loves pain. Then he hits another spear, a third spear, right into the Gorilla Press Power Slam. 1, 2, 3. Braun Breaker retains the title in a little over 13 minutes. Pretty good match. 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. So I was hoping JD would win the belt because I'm not a big fan of Braun Breaker's reign as champ. The second reign, because the first one didn't last that long. Second one's doing okay. I think he's been champ for like a year or two. But that's all I gotta say about that. So he wins the match, 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. And then after the match, Braun is celebrating, holding up the title for the fans. And then out of nowhere, we hear some really weird music. We don't know who it is, but out comes Tyler Bate with the United Kingdom title, which is currently vacant on NXT UK. And then it's going to be a tournament for that vacant title that, I forgot who held it last. I forgot who held it last, but he had to vacate it because I think he got injured or something like that. So he comes out with the UK title, and he's going to be in a tournament for said title. He comes out, and he goes up to Braun. We have an epic stare down. He points to his belt, and he points to, the NXT World title. And I'm like, ooh, new feud? I'm interested. So Tyler Bate sort of makes his debut in NXT, even though it was there before, I think. But this is new. This is very new. I like it. So might get Braun Breaker versus Tyler Bate, which maybe, if the tournament goes the way that Tyler Bate does and he wins the NXT UK title, we could see a unification match between Breaker and Tyler Bate to unify the NXT World and UK Championship. I mean, really, I don't want to see that. Do we need more unified titles in WWE right now that don't get defended on both shows? Right, Roman? not disrespect to my tribal chief, Roman, but, well, I know I have Nick as my tribal chief, but our tribal chief, I don't want to make fun of our tribal chief, but, you know, really, I would, you know, you have 2 shows, you really should have 2 titles. You know, I was all for the unified title, you know, unifying the tag belts and then unifying the world titles into one title, but they still have 2 titles. But they should have just made a new title. Just get rid of both belts. Make one big title. Why didn't they do that? I still don't understand that. They're thinking about doing the same thing with the women's title, or just what they really should do is have a secondary title, and then unify the women's championships into one title. That's defended on all brands. But I don't know if Hunter and Stephanie and Nick Conman are going to even think about doing that. But you never know. It'd be nice though. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. But anyway, so it looks like, you know, like I said, it was going to look like we're going to have Tyler Bate and Braun Breaker, possibly a unification match coming up. And we have to see what's going on with that UK tournament for the UK title and who wins it. It could be Tyler Bate. Maybe it was foreshadowing or long-term booking. And we'll have to see what happens next week on NXT. But this week's rating for NXT Heatwave 2022, it was an okay show. I gave it 6.5 out of 10 stars. But let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment down below in the comment section. Don't forget to smash that like button. Stick it straight up Susan's you know what. Subscribe to this channel and my other channels, which are in my pants down below in the description box. And as always, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you dare. Share the video all over the internet. Don't forget to smash that bell and treat it like it's your bitch. Turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn thing. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, so that's all I gotta say about that. You know, we had at most 2 people watching, but we all know who those are. But it's alright, you know. It's alright, you know, it's Tuesday, you know, people are busy, you know, doing their own thing and everything. So, but it's alright. I mean, last night we had at most up to 10 people, but most of them were those idiots, you know, doing their live stream and then coming over to my stream, checking out somebody who's much better than that guy. Way better than that guy on his boring stream. Talked to a bunch of idiots. And that's pretty much it. So I had a good time. We had a good time. We had, you know, my good buddy Chase was there. Ethereal Leon was there. I think Nick was there too. So we had fun. And that's all that matters. That's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna focus on my video. That's all I'm gonna focus on here. Focus on here on YouTube. My videos, doing the best content I can, trying to entertain people, gain some subs here and there. You know, even if it's fake as fuck subs. I have people that have no life and just sub to me with their 6,000 fucking fake accounts that I block anyway, because they have no life. Let me live my life. But you won't let me, and it's going to come back and bite you in the ass. And that's all I got to say about that. So, that's it. Thank you for watching. Peter Gomez signing off. I bid you adieu. Check out my Raw review in the description box below on the Killer Demons channel. Subscribe to that channel as well, as we start the climb to 1,250 subs on there. And here and on the PG Rants channel, we're starting to climb to 500 subs. We'll see if we get there by the end of the year, or maybe going to early next year. And that's pretty much it. So thanks you all for watching. I will be back hopefully tomorrow night or Thursday with my AEW Dynamite review, as my schedule will be changing a little bit going into the end of this week and going into most of next week. Schedule will be changing a little bit. I might not do the video the same night. I might take the day off and do it the next day or the day after that. So SmackDown may come maybe Sunday. I'm hoping for Saturday before I go to Outlaw, but it'll have to be early Saturday, like 1 o'clock. Probably around 1 o'clock. I'll try to do it depending on what I'm doing. I might be busy. But we'll see what happens with that. But if not, I would hopefully try to get it Sunday before I do my Sunday errands and stuff. I might go out Sunday again for my Sunday dinner with my parents and maybe the missus too. But we'll see what happens. We're gonna do the weekend. So if you don't see me Friday night or Saturday, I will be doing SmackDown and Rampage on Sunday before I go out. I will talk about Outlaw Wrestling. I will be doing videos Saturday night on the Peter Gilmore channel. Not live, of course. I'll be behind the scenes stuff, Prophecy Live videos with me and Nick and maybe some other people. I might do commentary for Homicide versus Alpha Jr. We'll see what happens with that. I might do some entrances, but I can't put them on YouTube for copyright purposes. So I want to get copyright claims, so I'll put them on my Instagram page. That's why I got Ortiz and Joe Casio's entrances on my Instagram page. So you can go, Instagram link is down below. And that's that. So we'll see what happens at Outlaw Wrestling this weekend. And so I will talk about that on my SmackDown Rampage review early, right out the gate, and then I'll go into SmackDown Rampage. And then after that, I'll be doing the rest of my Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening chores and whatever I'm going to do. And then we start a new work week next week, and I'll try to get the Raw, NXT, and AEW reviews up before I go on my little mini vacation next weekend. And then after that, like I said, live shows will probably be ending sometime next Wednesday. So your SmackDown review, I may do a SmackDown Rampage thoughts video on next Sunday. As far as All Out and Clash of the Castle predictions, I'll try to do it probably that Friday night, so I can get it out of the way. I might do 2 separate videos. I might do one Friday for Clash of the Castle, then do Saturday. If I have time Saturday, I will do All Out 4 predictions. As far as reviews, I might do the reviews on. I'll try to do the Clash of the Castle probably Saturday night, or maybe early Sunday, and then All Out I'll probably try to do Labor Day, and then I will, when I come home, whenever that may be, I'll do a vlog for my Labor Day vacation vlog, and then talk about Monday Night Raw probably on September 6th or maybe the 7th. So the schedule is going to be a little bit hectic. It's going to be changing, so the videos may come really late or not at all, but I will try to get some reviews, like a mini review on my Twitter page, so keep you in the loop while I'm away. And that's pretty much it. But I need a little bit of a vacation. I gotta get out of this fucking state, and I'm going to just go on a vacation, clear my mind, clear my head to all the stress and shit that's going on right now. And that's all I gotta say about that. So anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. I bid you adieu. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great night. Have a better tomorrow. And that's it. Rock on and rock hard with your coat. And if you're not down with that, that's just too damn bad, because we're the Prophecy, the greatest things to sliced bread. And we got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's all I gotta say about that. So, thanks for watching. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night. Bang. Adios, bitches.